Okay, so this is installment 2. Today is March 13th, 2007, and it's day 36 in 100 Days of Guitar. And I hadn't expected there to be such a long delay between the first installment and the second, but just haven't gotten around to it. And in those few weeks there was a period of 10 days or so when I played very little while being distracted by the dying of my grandmother. So that sort of took a bite out of my practice and out of filmmaking. Thanks for all the nice comments from people who have given feedback about installment 1, and I've noticed that some of you fall into two camps. One group is sort of responding about, wow, how nice to have those movies, not only to see that you've undertaken a new hobby and to see how that challenge goes with you, but also just it's sort of like having a visit. You turn on the video and it's like we're able to visit. That was kind of neat because some people who have seen this actually haven't seen in person in several months, or in some cases even in years, I think. So that was neat. On the other hand, there were those people who thought, well, that was just tedious and slow-paced and more than I want to pay attention to. And so to serve both constituencies, I'm going to do this differently this time, and I'll just have a fairly quick film that's just giving a snapshot of where my technique is at the moment, and then I'll do a second part where I babble about whatever comes to mind. So this is the snapshot one, and then if you're curious just to hear what I have to babble about, and I'm kind of curious myself, I don't know what that's going to be, then you can go to the other side. So let's see. I know last time I was showing the chromatic scale, and I even hesitate to even show it because I think I've probably spent 4 or 5 minutes since that last installment 3 weeks ago practicing this, so it's probably worse than it was then. But let's remember, I'm primarily, first of all, making this record for myself, not just for you, but just because I think it would be interesting to see how this progress goes, and I happen to be sharing the films with you. So even though this is probably worse than it was and is showing regression, just for the sake of the record, we include it here. And then I probably wouldn't even bother to do down. I don't even think I could do down. So there we go. But I've been spending more time with the 2 down and 1 up thing, so let's see how that goes. So I've really been practicing that just on the 2 bottom strings, as I just showed. Earlier on in installment 1 I was going all the way up to the top string and back, but I basically haven't been practicing that, so that's how it looks on the 2 strings. Chords, still doing A, D, and E. I have on a few occasions been practicing an exercise where I just set a timer for a minute and I do changes between chords just for that minute and try to increase how many I can do in the minute. And then on a couple of occasions last week I turned on the metronome and I was doing the chord changes with the metronome and gradually getting it faster and faster. That was really productive, and I should make a habit of doing that every day. And I haven't been including that in my practice daily, but it was really obviously very powerful. But anyway, let's just do some changes between A, D, and E, get a snapshot of that. Let's see. And I did mention in installment 1 that I would work on the A major scale, and I have spent some time with that, so let's see. And sometimes I go to the 2nd octave, although I haven't been doing that much lately. I wonder if I remember. things on the second octave. Really haven't been doing much strumming practice. I didn't really start the naming notes at all that I mentioned last time. So that's that. I did add in practicing the minor pentatonic scale a little bit, and I've been doing that just the last few days with alternate picking, and I was surprised that the alternate picking was pretty easy to add in. So actually I do the alternate picking when I do the scale, so. And sometimes I just fiddle around with it. But whatever fiddling I've been doing with that has only been in stepwise scale fashion. I haven't been skipping over notes in the scale. I've only been going from next door neighbor to next door neighbor, so skipping around will be somewhere down the road. I did get a few new chords. I've been doing that a little bit. Just a few days ago started doing A minor and E minor, and also a little bit of the D minor, but I really actually have to look at the diagram for that one because I haven't quite gotten that down. The first time I did this a few days ago, it was a very discouraging moment, and I thought, oh gee, this has been going okay so far, but I might as well just throw in the towel. There's no way I'm going to be able to do this totally crazy contorted thing. But then like 4 or 5 minutes later, all of a sudden it looked possible, and while it still takes me half a minute to get in position, I can see that yes, this is going to be a doable thing. So that was a momentary discouragement, but I got over it. Anyway, I haven't practiced changes between those at all. I've just been trying to get the formation. The A minor and the E minor are readily easy, but the D minor is going to take some work.